matter what happens to the Pac-12, no matter what happens during their current media negotiations, we can rest assured, even if they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 schools, they will be able to survive in some way, in some fashion. Or can they? Welcome to episode 281 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Remember what J.D. Vickers said? The AD of San Diego State. Now, this was in the San Diego Union Tribune. This was before that June 30 deadline. He says, we can't pay the extra amount. Vickers said the missing June 30 deadline. Everyone is aware of that, so we're continuing to have conversations about that. We all know that they missed the June 30 deadline. They could not withdraw successfully from the Mountain West and enter into the Pac-12. Pac-12 doesn't have an invitation for them. They don't have a spot for them. George Kliavkoff just said once again, we need to get a deal first, then expand second. And if they were able to have a spot right now for San Diego State, as J.D. Vickers just said, where are they going to come up with the $34 million? What about the other potential candidates? The backfill. When the Pac-12 conference loses more school, who are the candidates? The backfill in those positions. Well, this is the Mountain West Conference right here. United States Air Force, Boise State, Fresno State, you see the list. University of New Mexico, San Diego State, as we talked about, San Jose State, Utah State, Wyoming. Can any of those schools come up with $34 million to play football for the 2024 season, to play basketball and all the other sports for the 2024 academic season in the Pac-12 if they were able to give the opportunity to join the conference? And would they want to give up, if they could come up with $34 million, would they want to join a conference that's only consisting of, in this scenario, of a California, of a Stanford, of a Oregon State, of a Washington State? Would the networks pay enough money and TV money for those 4 schools and then to bring on some Mountain West schools? Would that be enough money for them to even, the schools in the Mountain West, to even want to join? Are all the Mountain West schools off the table because of the $34 million exit fee? Let's see what Chris Vanini, the Athletic, I think the biggest threat to Pac-12 existence as a conference may be timing. Schools can leave for 2024. You probably can't backfill with any Mountain West schools until 2025 because of the Mountain West exit fees. That's what we're talking about right now. Think about it. If none of the Mountain West schools, if the cost-benefit analysis from the Mountain West schools say, nah, too much of a risk to fork over $34 million to join a current 4-school Pac-12 conference. Are there going to be the network money? Is that going to be there for this new Pac-12 conference? Or should we just stay in the Pac-12? Is there other candidates outside of the Mountain West schools, a Tulane, a Rice, that would join a California and a Stanford and an Oregon State and Washington State? Would they pay their exit fee in their conference, the American Athletic Conference, which is a high figure, not as high as $34 million, but almost? Would they go and join the Pac-12 for 2024? I'm starting to believe that a Stanford, a California, an Oregon State and Washington State wouldn't be the hunter. I think they would be the hunted. And I think they would be hunted by the Mountain West Conference and possibly the AAC as well. I'm going to put up Chris Vanini's tweet one more time. I think there's a whole lot of truth to this. and I don't think people are exploring this part of the story, the Pac-12 saga. Again, he says, I think the biggest threat, they have the threat of more poaching from the Big 12 Yormark. Yes, there's the threat of more poaching of the Pac-12 from the Big 10. Yes, but the biggest threat to the Pac-12 existence is they're not going to be able to backfill with Mountain West schools because of the Mountain West exit fees. Again, Vanini, I think the biggest threat to the Pac-12 existence as a conference may be timing. Schools can leave for 2024. You probably can't backfill with any of the Mountain West schools until 2025 because of exit fees. So what are you going to do about 2024? What type of media contract can you get? You don't even exist as a conference at that point. We'll see. Now, the scenario, right, is kind of out there because the Pac-12 has only lost one school as of now, Colorado. And of course, they lost UCLA and USC last year. But this year, so far, it's only been Colorado. Arizona is at center stage. Arizona, we believe, is the next to go to the Big 12. And what if Arizona State follows? And what if Utah then follows? And then Oregon and Washington finally swing away and they finally hit that home run that they're hoping for and they join the Big 10. The odds of all that happening is less than 50%. No question about it. It's a long shot, but it's a live shot. If all of that happens, then the largest threat to Pac-12 existence, even being a conference with the name of the Pac-12, not being an Autonomy 5 conference, the largest threat is the Mountain West schools can't even join the conference. $34 million exit fee. The Pac-12 at that point would not be able to backfill, not to the satisfaction of the networks who don't even want to pay up the money right now with the 9-team that they have right now as a conference. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Let me know if you agree or disagree. The largest threat for Pac-12 existence is timing. The Mountain West schools not being able to join the conference. Holy smokes. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner as we continue to follow the Pac-12 saga. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.